family, mashed potatoes happens to be one of my family's favorite sides. The first thing we're going to do, and I won't leave you here for the whole thing, is we're going to peel these potatoes. And I usually allow for one big potato per person, and then I add a couple or 3 extra potatoes. But if you've got small potatoes like I've got here, allow for 2 small potatoes for each person that is going to be at your lunch or your dinner. All my potatoes are now peeled and washed. I will tell you that the smaller you cut your potatoes, the quicker they will cook. So they're all the same size. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take some cold water and just cover those potatoes, just barely covered over the top with some cold water. And then what I like to do is salt my water, and you want it salty like the ocean. Now I'm going to take these to the stove. We're going to put them here on the stove. I'm going to put them on high, and I'm going to let them boil until they're fork tender. When they're fork tender, I'll show you what it looks like, and we'll be right back. Our potatoes are now fork tender. Fork tender, which means you can just put a fork in there and pick them up, and they're good and soft. Now our potatoes are done and they are tender, and I'm going to add just a pat of butter into this. You do this to your family's heart's desire. And now I'm going to add a little bit of pepper, because that's what our family likes. If you don't like pepper, don't add it. And then I'm going to add just a tiny bit of milk. If you have heavy cream or if you have canned milk, you can also add that. And I know that my way of making mashed potatoes is probably not the conventional way that most of your chefs would do. You can always take and use a regular masher. My family doesn't like the chunks in it, but this is the way we like to go. So I'm going to just get in here and mash it all up. We love whipped potatoes that are nice and smooth at our house. When my kids were at home, they would fight for the beaters. Now, I get one and Papa gets one. And one final thing I love to do in my mashed potatoes, my Uncle Jim taught me this, is after your potatoes are all done, put a couple of dollops of butter in the top and just let it melt. It makes them look so yummy and so pretty. And who doesn't like a little extra touch of butter? Dinner is served. Pork medallions with sour cream gravy and wonderful whipped mashed potatoes and green peas. It's so good.